How would you describe this play in one sentence?
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a tough one. In one sentence.
One sentence.
The play, the theme.
Just describe the play in one sentence.
It's never too late to change.
Nice. I like that. Okay. What can audience expect when they walk into the theater?
I always find it hard to say. Well, I hope. I hope. I don't know if we succeed in it, but I hope that they experience something, and not intellectually. That comes after, I hope. But that they are taken back and forth emotionally, that it is a roller coaster, that they feel all kinds of emotions, sensations in them, that later makes them think, so that they cannot distance them right away from it, so that they first are drawn into it personally, and then later, in retrospect, that they start then thinking about what happened there, and what have my emotional reactions to do with it.
Yeah.
That's what I hope. If we succeed in that, I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Why is this story relevant right now?
Because there's a lot of bad things going on in the world. I was about to say shit.
Say it.
And I think all around the world we see a lot of despots on the rise, a lot of right-wing extremism is on the rise in Germany, in Europe, all around the world. It's getting worse again. It's like we forgot history. And I think it starts with the change of who we are. And that's the only thing we can change. We cannot change the other people. We cannot change society. It's too big to change. For one person to change it all, or for a handful of persons to change the whole of society. But we can change ourselves. And that's the only thing, in fact, we can change ourselves. And this is where we have to start. So that's why I think it is relevant to start thinking about who we are, and more important, not only who we are, but who we want to be. Because I believe that people can change. That we are not doomed to react in a certain way because we've been suffering this and this in childhood. Yes, we did, and that's bad. But still we can take our lives in our hands and shape it.
Yeah.
That's why I think it's important.
What surprised you most during rehearsals? Let's say during the first rehearsals.
Yeah.
Now the redo.
The revivals.
The revival. Yeah.
Yeah. What surprised me most the first time rehearsing? Well, actually, it was so uncomplicated. Even though the themes are very, very heavy and very, whoa, they take you somewhere. And it's, after every rehearsal, I was drained of energy. I was like, I needed time to that my brain started working again, that I felt like I can think a proper thought and whatever.
Yeah.
But beside all that, it was very uncomplicated. There was a good energy and there was a good collaboration with you, actually. So it made it very easy, even with these complicated themes. And we could really go into it, as nasty as it sometimes was between the characters.
Yeah.
it was okay because the actors, you and me, we were fine personally with each other,
Yeah.
so we could go there without think like, oh, what's the other person maybe now thinking of me, or have I gone too far, or whatever.
Yeah.
So that was very professional, and I like that very much because
I
it was
agree.
not about our egos; it was about the egos of the characters.
Yeah.
This is what it should be like, and so therefore,
Yeah.
yeah. And the second part of the question.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. True.
How much it evolved without even working on it. So that's coming completely different tones and emphasis and focus points on it, and how these characters have become more alive, even more alive, and so there's even more dynamic in it now. So it's
Yeah.
like we've been like here and always like there. We are going now like this, like the stakes are even higher now.
Yeah.
Feels like that surprised me. I hoped for it, I have to say, but it also surprised me that it really did work.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
But now I have a question.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
So, tell me,
Yes.
what was it that intrigued you in the role of Amanda?
To do it.
Yeah.
So, well, it depends. So there was the initial reaction of reading that you were looking for someone,
Yeah.
and then there was reading the script for the first time. So the reaction why I wanted to do it in the first place was I read your casting call, and I just thought, well, he's looking for me. That was just a gut feeling I had, and I knew that this is what I had to do, no matter what. I don't know why, I don't know what it was. I don't even know what the casting call said. I just know that I read it and I thought, I'm here. So yeah, and I always think about people who say like, they had this experience and they just knew this was something special. And I never thought, I always thought, oh yeah, you were right. Like, right, in the end it turned out fine, and so of course you always knew, right? That was always my thought. But reading that casting call, I knew what they were saying. And I thought, yeah, this is that feeling. So yeah, there was nothing specific. And then reading the script for the first time, I realized that there were so many more subjects and topics that resonate with me in there, and so many parts of people I know, or also aspects of myself in there that are so important, always, sadly always will be probably. And I felt like this play that you wrote doesn't only deal with these things, but deals with them in a very respectful way, which not always happens.
That actually is a question I had on you, is because you also have a Jewish background.
Yes, but to
Partly.
Yes.
And so for me it was always like, the way I deal with it, is it right? Is it okay? Because I have the other background, more or less. Not that I have been right-wing extreme, but I'm German. I know a lot about the history. There's kind of blood memory, kind of feeling of shame for the history that happened, and so in there I was like, how do these characters, and how does it feel for you as also having partly a background, a historical background?
So, just to get this very clear, because I don't want to step on anybody's toes here, my ancestry goes back into Judaism, and I do have friends in Israel, and I do know a fair bit about the culture, the religion, all that. I, however, did not grow up Jewish. I did not practice any whatever. So I don't think I can 100% say like this is okay what we're doing. I can only speak for myself, and like my ancestors, I never even met them. So it's very far away. I know stories and I know history, but I'm very careful about saying that I'm part Jewish because I didn't practice any religion or culture in that sense. So I just want to make that clear first of all. But knowing that I had family coming from there and still having friends that are Jewish, I do think that we deal with it in this play in a very appropriate way. Maybe we even don't picture it brutally enough, honestly. Like, I personally feel like dealing with politics is very tricky, right? It's a tightrope walk, kind of. And for me personally, it can never get too gritty and dirty and disgusting just because it's so important. But obviously you cannot cross a certain line of what you put on people. And therefore I think it's great. And I do hope also that I do an appropriate job of showing. I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I at the end, bottom line is I do think so, and I hope that the way I act, Amanda, also is worthy.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's interesting. And rehearsing the play, I did go into more detail. I did more research, as one does. So yeah, I think at the end of the day, honestly, both of us, we want to do good. We don't want to harm anybody. We don't want to step on anybody's toes. And I think that's all we can do.
Yeah.
Because you can never make it right for each and every person, right? So I do think that it's appropriate, and I do think we handle it respectfully. And I feel like that's the most important part. Having respect for the culture, the people, the religion, the history. Yeah.
I mean, it's not the main part of the play anyway, in that sense.
Exactly.
Also, so we're not dealing with
Exactly.
with the Jewish culture.
Yeah.
It's more about actually the other unfortunate culture behind on the German side, more on the right-wing extreme side, more
Yeah.
to see the hypocrisy in this and danger of the ideology and what can happen in people if they fall for that ideology and things like that. That's actually the focus, because on that side something has to change.
Yes.
Not on the other side.
Exactly.
And that is the important thing. And what you said, that was a big fear of mine also when I was writing it, especially like the first scene. If it is it too hard or is it not enough?
Yeah.
Yeah, because what happens is cruel.
Yeah.
In the world, and but then I've also thought like, well, you cannot spare the people of it. Yeah. If you hold up a mirror, you hold up a mirror. So reflection is the reflection. So you cannot make it nice and neatly and
Also,
whatever.
honestly, history is always repeating itself. Maybe someone hasn't said it strongly enough yet. Like, honestly, just take them and shake them.
It seems like it's it seems like it's getting forgotten more and more again, and this is
Yeah.
yeah.
But also, like, there are some other subjects in this play that resonate with me personally on a very strongly, and so and they're also not the main focus of this play at all. But there are some topics in this play that I feel more, what's the word? Like I'm more allowed to judge whether or not we deal with it in a correct way than Judaism, honestly. And for those, I can definitely say, yeah. So I hope we do that with all the subjects, but like you said, it's not actually about that. Yeah. It's just the water droplet that gets the story going, basically, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, and also, is it too harsh or not? For me personally, it cannot be harsh enough. But I don't think it's too light.
Yeah. I think one of the things also was interesting, it happened after the first run in my family. And I think this is the thing that is important about the play. It's not if it's the background and everything is correct or whatever. It's more like what happened in my family. People suddenly started opening up, talking about the past, talking about members of the family of the past, talking about their concerns, which everything was kept hidden about what they did during
That's amazing.
Third Reich time and whatever. So, and this is what it should be doing, the play. It should getting people to talk.
Well, then there you have your answer. It works.
Sometimes maybe, yeah. So this is the main focus of what the play should do. Getting people to open up, to talk, to reveal themselves, their thoughts, their concerns, because then we can really start to understand each other. And then we can see that we have much more in common than we think.
Yeah, that's actually a very good point. After the first run, I did also notice with people who I knew who were in the audience that suddenly I felt like everybody found, or almost everybody found, something in this play that they can resonate with.
Yeah.
Or that they can, resonated with them, basically. And everybody started picking out those things, and each of these things sometimes weren't even the main story, but they all found something in there that felt common, and you started talking about these subjects again, even though they might have been long in the past or, buried down, because you don't talk about that. So yeah, I agree. It's actually a perfect outcome.
If you think about it that way, yes.
Yeah. Great. Okay.
I thought it was a one-time occurrence, maybe.
Yeah, that was, the reaction was amazing. Anyway, well, that might actually be fitting. I don't know. Where did your original idea for the play come from? Asking the author, not the actor.
Actually, I was reading a series of books.
Funny.
Funny, eh?
What books?
Yeah, what books? I don't reveal it now.
Okay.
Blooper. Spoiler. No. And yeah, I was reading it and I was like, wow, yeah, because I thought, well, it makes sense. And then while reading this book, a scene showed up in my mind. Actually, I thought, wow, that's an interesting idea.
Which scene was it? Can you say that, or is it too spoilery?
Well, it's like, an inmate of a prison being confronted with a lawyer who actually is not there to kind of bail him out, but that is there to kind of find out who he is, the motives, what he did. And then actually I wrote another play, which isn't finished yet because I got stuck. And actually the first scene I wrote into that play before I even wrote that play.
Fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
because I think it's just in the beginning there's so much in it already. In the first 10 lines or whatever, they are coming two heavy loaded worlds together. So it really is like there's tension in the room because there's so much, it's so dense. And so yeah, and then I got stuck on the other play and I'll continue that play. Because somehow these characters evolved in my mind and they...
Okay,
and
but
they
I know I have a second question that
Yeah.
you can just... What came first? The characters, the story, or the concept?
Well, actually, there's the idea of the characters. And then it kind of... Well, the first thing was I had this picture in mind in this prison of these two characters. At that point, I didn't even know who they really were, what they are really up to, but there was this idea of change. The people can change. And then, yeah, it somehow grew. It somehow grew more and more. I went back and forth, and the characters evolved, and they talked. And when I was writing, I was sometimes like, "What? What are you saying?"
I love that.
And it was like, "Wow, really?"
That's cool.
So they took a life of their own, and of course, I did a lot of research, especially for Thomas. Because frankly, Amanda is more representing my state of mind. But the way Thomas really is thinking and what he's talking and what's behind. So I had to do a lot of research for that. So I really...
Which is a good thing.
I got into that world and it was daunting, and then I had all these notes about what the people are really, what they are saying. And I was like, "Can you say that?" And I said, "No, you have to say it. And if it feels like a punch in the stomach for the audience, then it's right, because it is a punch in the stomach for
Should be.
anyone, should it be." So, yeah, I can't really say how it really worked. It was kind of,
Fair enough.
don't know.
And how did you have that idea of, oh yeah, I'm gonna play that guy? Was that a clear thing from the beginning? Like, were you writing it to play it, or were you writing it to write it?
Well, I wrote it to play it.
Okay.
And I wanted... Yeah, I wanted to know, I wanted to dive into it, I wanted to understand. I'm always curious about how the human psyche, or how the human mind works, why people are doing what they are doing. It always intrigued me. I think that's one of my main themes as an artist is I call it being human. But being human, or humanity, I don't mean just the good parts. Because usually we connect humanity to being friendly, being the good things of human. But there's a whole other side, which is human too. And how to balance them, how to not let the dark side take over.
Yeah.
And this is also what I always kind of encourage people who watch the things I do to think about who they are, who they want to be. Probably because I think all the time about that and I have no answer for myself. I'm always struggling with that. So, yeah, so that's why I think I does it answer a question? I feel like I haven't answered the question at all.
Well,
anyway.
Kind of.
Okay.
Kind of did.
Okay.
More or less. Loosely. Should I go for another one? Oh, actually, that also fits that conversation we're having. Was it harder to write it or to perform it?
To perform it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Because writing a thing is a kind of, you can kind of better distance yourself from what it is. And because it is a harsh topic, and when you have to embody it and really mean it, there's a point where you have to allow yourself to be hated by other people for it. And they have every right to do that in that moment. And this is something that's sometimes not so easy, because there's sometimes always is a danger that people see you for what you're playing, for what you're performing, even if you're not that kind of guy in real private life. But people, I hope people can make the distinction, but sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
And so there's like, yeah, there's a kind of...
He's not like Thomas. I will sign that.
So yeah, performing is it's not so easy. It takes a lot of courage. Yeah, to really go there, to allow it to really be seen. That's yeah. For you?
Well, I didn't write it, so
No.
definitely hard to play it. But
But how is it for you to play it? Is it hard?
yes
I
and
think
no.
it was also one time one of my questions.
Yes and no.
In a way.
I mean,
very thing. Yeah, was it a challenge for you to transform into Amanda?
yes and no, because okay, there's many aspects to this answer actually. Because on the one side, I feel like I haven't depicted it that specifically, but let's assume that 50% of Amanda is my personality, and then 50% is very different. I'm always afraid that if you're playing someone relatively close to yourself, that you stop being authentic because you're trying to overact it, or you're trying to show something, even though you don't have to do anything, which you always have to do, but you know. And also that means you're putting yourself on display. You're showing, like, this is me, right? So from that point of view, that was a challenge to, in certain situations, certain scenes, essentially be myself and show how I feel in the situation. But obviously playing a character wouldn't be playing a character if it's 100% yourself. And of course there are situations where Amanda reacts very differently to how I would react, or thinks very differently to what I would be thinking. And those parts on one side are personally easier to play, but you're always trying to make it right, to not step on anybody's toes, to not, I don't know, just trying to portray these people that are like that correctly. Can you play something correctly or not is a whole different question, but that's what's going through someone's mind, or at least mine. And so I took it very seriously from the beginning that I wanted to do her justice. I wanted this character to be complete. I wanted to be very certain about who she is.
So, okay, ask.
Who forgets their lines more often? Definitely. Definitely.
I wrote it, so I'm probably...
That's true. That's
probably,
cheating. Yeah.
I'm along with them a bit longer already.
That's true. But who... What's that called in English, actually? Verhaspelen? Wait.
I don't know.
Okay, who fudges them up more? Like who? How do you say that? Yeah, that.
That one. I would say equal.
I just wanted to say it's kind of 50-50.
Yeah, it's equal.
Who starts the laughter more often?
What? It's not true.
That is true.
God damn it.
Because you get that sparkle in your eye.
But that's not laughter. Then you have to
But
start.
that's how you start it.
I started then.
Yes.
You start to laugh.
Because you have the sparkle.
I'm staying completely serious.
He wishes.
That's true. Yeah.
How do you actually prepare before you go on stage? Do you have a ritual?
Yeah, in a way. I warm up. I do some little yoga, stretching, things like that, and I try to make room for the character. So I try to go on zero Alex. I try. Leave it all outside, and then go out and do it. Something like that. And you?
I don't think I have that. I mean, I feel like it's kind of the whole process of doing hair and makeup, putting on the suit, taking the bag, these things also they already are kind of a ritual.
Yeah.
And I feel like putting on, the badge at the end or the ring.
Yeah, those little things.
It's these small things that suddenly make the character whole.
Yeah, I understand that.
And so
it anchors them.
Yeah.
It anchors the character somewhere.
And also, naturally, I'm a very slouchy person. Amanda is not. So as soon as I'm in costume, and I stand in a different way, and so that's kind of the ritual. I don't go over lines. I don't. No.
That she's standing that way it's not a surprise. She's got that kind of heels.
Well, yeah. No, but still, it gives you a different attitude. But shoes do a lot.
Oh,
and also, audience notices shoes, apparently.
Yeah, mine too. But
they noticed your shoes, not my shoes.
No, mine too. My shoes, but in a different way.
No, you mean to do something?
No, I have different shoes because of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shoes are important.
No, clothes, garments are absolutely important for a character, I think. If you've got the wrong shoes, or you've got the wrong blazer, or the wrong trousers, or the wrong ring or whatever, it doesn't work. Yeah. And once you've found the right ones that give you the sensations you need, and you know when you've got them.
Yeah.
You don't know why.
Yeah.
But you put on their set and no, it's not that. No, that's it. So you know it somehow.
Yeah, I remember the first time I brought in like 5 different pairs of shoes that I wanted to try out. And I immediately took off the others. I'm like, oh, I think those feel good and they feel right, even though they're not the most comfortable ones that I have. But yeah, that's true. It just fits somehow.
And I think actors have an instinct for that.
Yeah.
So
it's true. If the shoe is off, it's not good. No, that's true.
I don't have much choice.
No, you don't. You even have less choice now because shoes, man, shoes.
Yeah, but they're good.
That's good.
And I like the orange.
It's a beautiful color.
Yeah, I love it. It suits me very well.
Do you actually know your inmate number by heart? Do you know it?
No.
Oh, that's interesting.
No.
Does Thomas know it? Or doesn't he give a shit? I don't know why, but just in my head, that number...
Yeah.
I feel like if I did play that character, I feel like that number would be my ring, you know? Like a constant awareness of something.
Yeah, in a way, for me it feels more like, no, he doesn't give a shit, because it's like, it's fucking up his sense of identity. And he's very unsure about his own identity.
Really?
Yeah. And so he tries to kind of maintain something that he created for himself, gives him safety. That's why it's so daunting with Amanda, because she's always threatening his identity. Yeah.
I actually have one. Describe your co-star in 3 words. I was just trying to think about your words. But
You mean Amanda or Astrid?
Oh, let's do
Co-star.
Alex and Astrid, and then Thomas and Amanda. That's interesting.
That's interesting. Okay. Astrid.
This is difficult.
It's
Just 3 words.
Astrid. Oh yeah.
Oh, that one.
Passionate. Practical. Intelligent.
Oh, thank you. For you, the very first word is definitely professional. And then it's starting to get difficult because there are so many words.
Yeah, it's hard to break it down to.
Yeah.
To narrow it down to, especially.
Definitely professional.
Spot.
I don't know what's that? I know there is a word for it, which is the feeling you give someone of this is a safe space.
Oh. Okay.
It's a comfort you kind of radiate. I know there's a word for it. I just don't know that word, but
Okay.
that's the word I mean.
All right.
That counts. And then. Ooh.
Spit it out.
No, I'm thinking. Funny.
Funny.
Yeah. Honestly, like,
All right.
if I think of it as you as a colleague, you're very funny.
Well, that's a surprise to me. I never thought about that.
I
For
know
me.
that would be a surprise for you, but
Yeah.
you are funny.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Maybe unintentionally sometimes, but
Yeah, probably.
no, but it's a funny in a not in a I'm a comedian way.
I'm so bad at that, actually.
Yeah,
I'm so bad at telling jokes and whatever.
I can imagine. That's not the kind of funny I mean. It's a funny in a lightening the mood kind of way.
Oh.
And in a surprising way. And I think that's why funny comes to mind, actually, because it's surprising. Because you have this high level of professionalism. Professionalism, is that a word?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, cool. And I feel like one wouldn't assume that there's room for funny and jokes and shits and giggles. But there is. And I think that's why it comes to mind, because I've known you for a couple of years now, right?
Yeah.
From a very different setting.
Absolutely.
I did not find you funny then. But I always thought you were professional. And so I think that's why it comes to mind, because I was surprised that you're funny.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay, cool. Cool.
Still, I don't think I'm funny, but...
Okay.
Thank you for the compliment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Thomas.
I would like to add one,
Oh.
because she's very committed.
But that's your 4th word then. You have to
It doesn't
keep one.
matter.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. It's important. It's important. It's I've seldomly worked with someone that committed and reliable,
Well, thank you.
and really said like, I go the extra mile.
I try to.
It's seldom, especially in the setting we had, because we had like no budget production, but still then being that committed in it. Thank you for that. Really, thank you. Without you, that wouldn't have been possible.
Well, thank you for giving me the space to do that.
Thank you for all your hard work. Really, thank you.
You're very welcome. I'd do it again in a heartbeat.
Amanda and Thomas.
Yeah,
Now you start.
yeah.
I have time to think.
For Amanda, the first word that comes into mind is dickhead. But that's not a describing word. So I'm gonna...
Stubborn.
Very stubborn. But no, actually... Confused. Unsure of himself.
I'm getting uncomfortable.
Confused, unsure, and narrow-minded. I think that's the 3 words. Even though they might change throughout the play, but I think in general, those are the 3 words.
Yeah, it makes me, I feel uncomfortable because she's right. You know, no one likes to be that. And Thomas doesn't like to be that, but she's right. She's right, yeah. Amanda is persistent. She's so persistent. Good-hearted, kind. Really, in the face of catastrophe, she still believes in the people. And the third is like she's trustworthy. Also in that sense of, even though Thomas is reluctant at the beginning often, she provides also a safe space.
Trustworthy is, I was just about to say that's the word I was looking for.
Okay.
Yeah. Interesting, because I would have assumed that Thomas would say annoying or something like that.
Well, she is. Don't get me wrong, she is. But
it's interesting that
over the course of the play, and when he really thinks about who she really is, not how he perceives her at the beginning. Let's put it this way: persistent is the positive way of saying annoying.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to find positive words. Yeah.
It's actually very interesting to hear you describe Amanda as persistent, thinking of the part where he says that in the play.
Yeah, it's different, but it can be like almost everything. It's the value you give these words can be very different.
Yeah.
So it can be positive, it can be negative, just depending on what you do, you know.
But now I'm wondering, because Thomas is describing someone else as persistent in the play.
Yeah. But he does it at a point where he's still. Later, he probably would say something different.
Yes.
He would probably choose
another word. But in that moment.
Yeah.
Would he also describe Amanda as persistent in that moment already, or does that come later? And do these two people...
In that moment, she's a pain in the ass.
Yeah. And do these two people that you both describe as persistent, do they have something in common in your in your like, or is that just a random choice of word? Because for me, persistent is not a word I usually use, so it seems very specific, but it might not be very specific for you.
Well, no, in a way she is. Okay. In a way, they have some. They both are persistent, and both it is annoying. But the intention behind is very different.
Yes.
Amanda wants something good with it. She wants to achieve something good with it. And the other person, not.
Yeah.
So this is a difference.
Yeah.
It both, in the perception of Thomas, it both is the same, in a way. But what's behind it, that is very different. Yeah. And that also is a thing like I find very important in our nowadays time, that we don't look behind the words, that we just see the words and not the intention behind of the people. That's why we take everything out of context and then we judge over it.
Yes, which is why I asked from a Thomas point of view and not from a Alex point of view.
Yeah, and of course he does the same in this stage of his life. But I think that we have to look behind the things.
Yeah. And
not just stop in front of them and say, and judge over it like it's that.
Yeah.
It's not so easy. It's not so easy.
Do you have a favorite line? You can say you don't, but I'm just wondering.
I have one.
Can you say that, or is it too spoilery, or too personal?
No, it's not even a line of Thomas.
Oh, which one is it?
I think it sums up the whole thing a bit. Well, I don't know if it's my favorite line actually. It was the line that first came to my mind now as you asked it. And actually it is like fascism is not an opinion. It's a crime. That was the first line that came to my mind when you asked me that now.
It's a good line.
Yeah.
For me, it's the you, me, everyone.
Ah. When she says it or when he says it?
That's a good question. Wait, let me think about it. No, I think when she says it. I think when she says it, because there's still doubt when he says it. Is this, this is not...
Yeah.
So I feel like looking at it from the outside and, the line itself, it's when she says it. But for a moment in the play, for the characters, my favorite line, because of the situation, is "No, I won't."
Ah.
Because that just changes everything.
Thomas hates her.
Yeah. And this "No, I won't," I love it. It's just, it's such a simple sentence, but it's so strong in this moment.
Yeah.
When she says it. And also, I like the line after that, but, for a very different reason. No, but I think the "No, I won't" is a changing point for the characters. And
absolutely, in the dynamic and how they see each other and in the decisions. I think especially in the decision Amanda makes there.
Oh, yeah.
That's a crucial moment.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I won't.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the quotability, it's the you, me, everyone. But for the dynamic, it's the "No, I won't."
There are a lot of those things in it, I think.
Yeah, but for some reason, that one, maybe in combination with the one that follows right after, it's just great. Because I can feel the change that is happening with Amanda, even though she's quite settled in who she is, and she knows who she is.
But she never had to.
She changes again. In this very moment, she changes.
I think she knows who she is, but she never had to stood that ground really in front of someone and
Yeah.
trying to insult that.
Yeah. And
To-
a lot is happening when she says that internally. There's so much that's happening. So many different emotions, so many different thoughts suddenly. That is, I think, the moment where I feel Amanda is most alive. This is where she is a full person because there's so much happening. And when you say something, when you do something, there is not just one thing happening. It's not, I'm happy, I'm sad. It's so much more, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like in this moment, her personality is so big and there's so much happening. Love it. Yeah.
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 All right. Cool.
Fun.
See you in Edinburgh.